party?
No, but it's not likely she will get it back until the end of the week.
The end of the week?
The end of the week, yes. You don't come to visit often, do you?
No, I don't.
Well, if you did, then you might have noticed how short-staffed we are around here these days. The government has cut our funding. We haven't enough workers.
They cut your funding, but why?
Ask your precious Führer.
But
Oh, don't pretend with me. I see you sneaking in here, wearing that big coat and all types of weather to hide that uniform. Hiding from the doctors. You're one of the Hitler Youth, aren't you? Well, you're not fooling anyone.
my sister's back. I could...
Why don't you go ask the right to give us the money back? Or are you afraid they'll find out you're the handicapped sister?
Look, the Fuhrer, the Hitler Youth, we want what's best for all Germans. And
Think to them? Think again, boy.
Not angry, are you? I know I haven't been for a visit in a while.
You don't come long time. Long.
I'm sorry. I have school. I have meetings.
You don't come long time. I think 5, 6, 10, 8 days.
22 days. I'm afraid you don't have enough fingers.
I want Mama. I want Papa. They don't come. They don't come. 915 days.
Lena.
No!
Lena.
No! You don't tell me. You shut up.
Lena, do you remember why Mom and Papa came to visit you?
No, I forget.
No. It's important. You have to remember it. Remember? Mom and Papa went to be with the angels.
Left me.
Lena.
Everybody leave.
I won't. I won't leave.
Now, before we end today's meeting, I would like to hear at least one of the poems I asked you to write in honor of a Führer. Who will read, Victor?
In honor of Adolf Hitler. In his wisdom, he helps Germany. He helps the poor. He remembers the sick. He looks after the children. He looks after the old. We are all one in his eyes, from the strongest of us to the least of us. With his mighty hands, he makes a stronger nation. He's the father of us all, the father of the father. What a lot of saccharine nonsense.
You are out of order. The poem is a wonderful tribute to our leader. Sit down, Paul.
No, I will not sit down. I find fault with the poem, and I intend to have my say.
Very well. Speak then.
If our Führer is truly building a stronger Germany, then I think he would have no time for the poorest of the least of us. Would you not agree that Germany has no place for the weak? Like the weak or greedy Jews? Just so. They fill our streets like rats. They take our jobs.
I only meant that the Fuhrer has the well-being of all Germans as his concern.
Faulty thinking. There's no room in the right for those who cannot carry their own weight.
Earl has a point, I think. My grandfather's building, there's a blind man. All he does is drink and listen to the radio. How is that a good use of government?
The blind man is still a German, after all.
Yes, but not a good German. A good German advances Germany. This blind man is like one of the many who hold it back.
On my street, there's a family who has an idiot son. He sits on the curb all day, drooling and staring at nothing. They too get government money. The government gives him money to buy bread for this idiot who's good for nothing. My father pointed this out to me the other day. He said that idiot is like a lame horse, eating the oats in the field. The oats go to waste. Why not feed them to a horse which pulls a plow? The bread they feed that idiot could go to our soldiers in Poland. It could be of some use.
Well said. We all know a good German, a good Aryan, is strong and healthy in all respects. This has been illustrated by our Führer. No simpering weak-backed Poles, no cheating gypsy blood with their shifty black eyes, no greedy, money-grubbing Jews breaking the backs of Germans.
Yes, but surely that's different from the blind man or the idiot. They harm no one.
Maybe Victor is right. Those people can't work. I noticed
Yes, but they don't help anyone either, least of all themselves. All they do is take resources from worthy people. Haven't you been listening? Do you have any sensibility at all?
Surely you students haven't forgotten the law. Who can quote the law to which I am referring? If you can do it, I will personally write you a letter of commendation to the head of the Hitler Youth per month's draft?
I can, sir. It is the law for the prevention of offspring with hereditary diseases. Anyone who suffers from the inheritable disease may be surgically sterilized if, in the judgment of medical science, it could be expected that his descendants will suffer from serious inherited mental or physical defects.
Very good, Carl. Can anyone tell me some mental or physical defects included in the law? Victor, how about you?
Congenital feeble-mindedness.
Correct.
Schizophrenia and manic depression.
Blind, the deaf, and chronically drunk.
Yes, chronic alcoholics may be sterilized too. Very good, very good. You see, we needn't worry about such people. Our leader has provided for the future of Germany.
Yes. But what about the ones among us now? What about the blind man and the idiot? What about them?
Dear Reich Minister, as Chief of Institution for the Feeble-Minded at Stettin, I must tell you the measures being taken at present with mental patients of all kinds cause a complete lack of confidence and justice among the large groups. Without the consent of relatives and guardians, such patients are being transferred to different institutions. After a short time, they are notified that the patient concerned has died of some disease. The truth of what happens to them is being concealed.
Dear Reich Minister, on July 19th, I sent you a letter regarding the systematic extermination of epileptic persons, lunatics, and the feeble-minded. Since then, these practices seem to reach tremendous proportions. The inmates of old age homes have also been included. The basis for this practice seems that in an efficient nation there should be no room for the weak and the frail.
Alina Schmidt, can you tell me how old you are? You are 17 years old. Her sterilization date is not noted. She has been sterilized, has she not?
Yes, she had the procedure some time ago. Scars are still visible if you'd like to examine her.
That won't be necessary. Now then, does this girl have any kind of skills?
Skills?
Yes, can she sew, chop vegetables, that kind of thing?
So? Mama sew. She sewed a dress for my doll. She sewed. No, not with angels, no!
She's very excitable. She has trouble sitting still.
Does she require any assistance eating?
Well, yes, we try to help her if we have time. She has difficulty.
Very well. I think I've seen enough.
Wait,
Yes.
where did the buses go?
Buses?
Yes, the buses which have been coming recently to pick up some of the patients.
They are transferring the patients to free beds for our soldiers coming from the battle.
But no soldiers come, Inspector. There's strange talk about the fate of the mental patients.
You shouldn't listen to idle talk. If you did your job properly, you wouldn't have time for gossip. I suggest you mind your business. Good day.
Today we've been given new books by our Führer. We are fortunate that he feels that your education is so important to both your future and the future of Germany, aren't we?
Yes, ma'am.
Very well then, let's begin. Turn to page 6. Who will solve problems with blackboard?
I will.
Write down your sum. 6 million marks. This is the amount it costs to build an asylum. Now, figure. How many schools at 40,000 marks apiece could be built with this money?
Excuse me, but why are we doing arithmetic problems about asylums?
Because there is a lesson in it.
And what lesson is that, exactly?
A lesson of economics, designed to teach you how our precious German resources are being wasted. Wouldn't you agree that building housing for productive citizens is better than building an expensive nursery for cripples and the handicapped?
Of course. It's stupid to waste money on idiots. I don't need a child's arithmetic problem to tell me that.
I have the answer, man. The answer is 150 schools.
Correct. 150 schools could be built with the money it takes to build one asylum. Let's move on to the next problem. On average, the German government spends 60 pfennigs per meal to feed a mentally handicapped asylum inmate. If an asylum had 125 meals,
How much money will the government spend per year to feed them?
The answer is 82,125 marks.
Good work. Now, for the second part of the problem. Taking the sum of 82,125 marks, figure how many loaves of bread and a tenth of a mark per loaf one could buy with this amount.
The answer is 821,250 loaves of bread.
Excellent work. And those loaves could go to feed our soldiers. That bread would feed many soldiers, would it not?
Yes, if the government decides to starve 125 people, 2 million soldiers could eat for a day.
Surely you not put 125 useless individuals ahead of those young men who fight for your future.
The people in the asylums may be useless, but they're still people.
Eventually, when there is no longer need for asylums, we will all see the value of Adolf Hitler's great vision for Germany. He sees a land full of only happy and healthy people. Won't that be wonderful?
What have you planned for the youth rally? I want to make my speech very special. I want to be noticed. They say our hero can hand out permission for officers whenever he wishes.
Well, I have no worries there since my father is an officer to unit. About you, Victor, what do you wish to say?
I haven't thought about it much. Have you already forgotten about Victor Joseph? He isn't a true Hitler Youth. He doesn't want to serve anywhere. He didn't even want to join the youth.
Yes, I wanted to ask you about that. Is it true? Did you make it join? You didn't join knowingly?
It's not important. I didn't join until last March. That's all.
Wasn't that when mandatory became, or membership became mandatory?
Yes, see, I told you, he was forced in.
Why, Victor?
I heard his mother was a foreigner, an American. He's only half Aryan.
That's a lie. My mother's parents were German. She only lived in America for a while.
Was it your parents? Were they against Hitler?
You wouldn't understand, Joseph.
Well, then enlighten us. Or are you afraid?
I'm not afraid. I just don't want to talk about it.
Well, Yosef, what do you think? Is he a communist spy? Or maybe he's a gypsy, or worse, a Jew. Who knows? Maybe his American mother was a Jewess.
I'm not a Jew!
A spy then? A gypsy?
Just tell us why you didn't join, Victor. I'm sure that will get rid of a lot of people's suspicions.
Yes, you should explain. Maybe that will stop the gossip about you.
What gossip?
People are saying you may be anti-government, that perhaps you should be questioned.
Who's telling you these things? Tell me.
Come on, Victor, just tell us.
Help the blind! Please help the blind!
Well, well, look at this, would you? How did the Gestapo miss you, old man?
Help the blind and bless our mighty Fuhrer.
Oh, I see. You've survived by pretending to be one of us. How pathetic.
I have to go.
Wait. I have an idea. I think we have stumbled across a perfect way for Victor to prove his loyalty.
What are you talking about, Carl?
I say we'll give this leech here a taste of the youth.
Please don't hurt me! Hail Hitler! Hail Hitler!
Leave him alone.
Come on, Carl, he's beneath us.
Haven't you been listening in our classes? In our youth meetings? People like this are just taking up space.
Please don't hurt me!
Shut up, you worm!
Just leave him alone, Carl.
You really would go against the wishes of the right, wouldn't you? You selfish coward!
Carl, that's enough. He'll die soon enough anyway. Look, he's in the gutter where he belongs.
Are you afraid too, Joseph? And what would your precious or first lieutenant father think of you if you passed up such an opportunity?
My father would.
Your father, who as I have heard spent many fine hours working over Jews with the butt end of a rifle. You're nothing like him. You're just like Victor.
Shut up,
and
Carl!
scared. I bet you wouldn't even be in the youth if it weren't for your father.
That isn't true!
What a disappointment you must be. You should have a son like me.
My father would.
Your father would think you a yellow coward when he was.
I'm not a coward!
Joseph.
So what will it be, Victor, old friend? Will you help us clean up this trash? Or shall we report you to the group leader as a traitor and a communist sympathizer?
I'm not a traitor.
Prove it.
Do it. Joseph.
Do it!
Show us some spirit, child of Hitler.
Human filth.
Are you ready to devote yourselves to our Führer and the future of Germany?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
Have you examined your souls? Are you sure that you are worthy?
We are worthy, sir.
Adolf Hitler has said the weak and the gentle have no place in his service. Are you weak?
No, sir.
Are you gentle?
No, sir.
Adolf Hitler has said he wants young people who are brutal, fearless, and cruel. Are you brutal?
Yes.
Are you fearless?
Yes.
Are you cruel?
Yes.
Then you are ready to speak the oath.
In the presence of this blood banner, which represents our Führer, I swear to devote all my energies and my strength to the savior of our country, Adolf Hitler. I am ready to give up my life for him, so help me God.
Let us pray.
Ladybug, fly away home. Your house is on fire, your children are home. Ladybug, your house is on fire. Your house is fire. Fire.
Alina.
Brother, why you cry? Don't be sad.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Alina. So sorry. So sorry.
Don't cry, brother.
Your brother's a very bad person. I've done a very bad thing, Alina. Very bad.
I miss you very much, very much.
I hurt someone. I hurt them.
Hurt?
Yes, I hurt someone.
Did they cry?
Yes.
Can't it make it better?
I wish I could. Oh, how I wish I could.
Say you're sorry, Mama says.
I am sorry. Do you still love your brother, Alina?
Look, Birdie.
Yes. That's a sparrow. Mama used to call you her little sparrow. You remember?
Mama says, God watches, he sees. Mama says,
God watches over everyone, even the sparrows.
yes, he knows. All the sparrows, 10, 12, 8. He watches, he sees. I cry, Mama sings. Sing Birdie song.
Yes, I remember.
She sings 6, 14, 8 times.
She always sang that song to you when you were sad.
You sing.
I don't feel like singing. You sing, little sparrow.
Look me, I sparrow, fly, God will catch.
Look at me, a little sparrow. I can fly across the land. Not afraid for if I fall. But watches and won't catch me in his hand.
Victor,
What are you doing here?
I understand everything. This is your sister?
Yes, she is my sister. So you came here to find out how many loaves of bread could my idiot sister, my handicapped sister, my twin sister?
Twin? Victor, did you find out you have a sister who's
You can't even say it, can you?
Victor, the law?
I know the hereditary hygiene law. I'll be sterilized in case I carry the defect.
Or worse, for hiding it, for lying about it.
Yes, I lied about my own sister. Been ashamed of her. I kept her like a dirty secret. I even beaten a blind man in the street. Tell me, Joseph, who is defective here?
Listen to me, Victor. I won't tell anyone, but you must separate yourself from her. We have to leave here now.
Friend?
I think so. Yes, he's my friend.
Friend! You hurt them? You make them cry?
Yes.
Say you're sorry, Mama says.
All right.
You sad?
Yeah. All right.
Yes, he is sad.
Then sing.
See?
Sing like Mama. Make all better. Sing 9, 15,
have to go now.
No, no, leave, please.
You stay. See and remember the sparrow.
September 1940. Dear Madam, we send this letter to inform you that your daughter Hannah Burning was sent from our asylum to another asylum in the German countryside.
Rest assured that your loved one will be much happier here, where he will be able to have fresh air and sunshine. As always, we have your father's best interests at heart.
Sincerely,
Sincerely.
16 September 1940. To the ward supervisor. Could you please tell me where my daughter Hannah has been sent? I would very much like to continue visiting her.
Please send me the address. My father gets frantic when he must pass a week without seeing me. Could you mail your reply as soon as possible, please?
Sincerely.
Sincerely.
21 September 1940. Dear Madam, we are truly sorry to inform you of the death of your daughter, Hannah Burning.
To inform you of the death of your father, Hugo Lindell.
She developed sepsis from an infected wound,
He died from a severe case of influenza.
and unfortunately, medical intervention had no effect.
And unfortunately, medical intervention had no effect.
Considering the life of Maggie spent in an institution.
You should consider your loved one's death a release.
Sincerely,
Sincerely.
Father, what would you think of me now? Not much, I wager. Not much. They made me join the Hitler Youth, but now you'd say I've joined it in my heart. Maybe you'd be right. I remember you saying once that war is simply a high-minded schoolyard brawl. I know you're right about that. We're bullies, Father. No one is safe from us. Joseph, I'm surprised to see you here.
We're at the meeting today. Haven't seen you in over a week. Nonsense.
I didn't think you'd want to see me.
I have something to tell you. But you must swear to me that you will never tell where you've gotten this information.
What information? What are you talking about?
My father has been working on a project at the Reich. They call it T4. I overheard him discussing it with some other officers.
Yes, and?
I've gotten a letter from your sister's asylum. Oh, you must swear to me, Victor. Swear on your honor you won't tell.
Very well. I swear on my honor.
You've gotten a letter from your sister's asylum.
What? Why do you ask that?
T4 project is designed to get rid of the need for asylums in Germany.
Joseph, what are you trying to tell me?
The institutions send letters to the families explaining that the patients have been transferred to a new facility. Then they get a second letter saying how the patient has died of natural causes.
I don't understand.
They Don't just die, Victor. You're gassed, killed.
Lena, oh God, Joseph, Lena. They've transferred her.
Oh my God, Victor.
It doesn't say where. Where have they taken her?
I don't know. I've told you all I know. The order to rid the society of handicap came from Hitler himself. There's nothing you can do, Victor.
I'll find her. I have to find Alina.
You won't find her, Victor. I'll make sure of that.
Get out of my way.
Victor, come back!
Where's Alina?
Who?
My sister, Alina, please, have you seen her?
You should talk to the doctor in charge.
Where did they send her? Please, she must be so frightened.
Take your hands off her.
Where have you sent my sister?
Lower your voice. There are sick people here.
Yes, and you are one of them.
If you cannot control yourself, I will have the guard remove you.
Where is my sister?
Your family should have received a letter regarding your sister's transfer several days ago.
I got your evil letter full of lies. Now tell me where you sent her, you butcher.
I'm going to call the guard.
I know everything. I know all about your horrible plans. I know what happens to those poor people you send away. I know everything.
Guard! And what exactly do you know? What happens to those poor people?
They're gassed. Those helpless souls. Murdered.
How do you know this? Where did you get this information?
Why them? They're harmless.
Guard, this young man is obviously very disturbed. See that he's placed on the next bus to Harkham.
Alina never hurt anyone.
Nor helped anyone. She could not even help herself. None of them could.
Human beings. Isn't that enough?
Human beings? Hidden away by families so ashamed they never come to visit? No. Drooling, gibbering, limping burdens. That is all they
Shut your filthy mouth, you monster! Tell me where Alina is. I know. I know everything, and I'll tell if you not return Alina to me. I'll tell everyone. I'll tell all of the family.
If you know everything as you claim, then why are you here?
I have to stop you from hurting Alina. I have to find her.
You should be aware that transferred patients are processed immediately upon their arrival at the Harkham facility.
I thought I understood the meaning of horror until that day. The day I watched the gassing.
Processed. That Alina is.
Yes, dead.
The doctors told us it was painless, but I could not believe that as I watched.
No.
Euthanized.
Those naked, defenseless people, mouths open, gasping. No air. No air. Only the poison.
Mercifully released.
Mercy.
Their suffering seemed to go on and on.
Mercy?
Yes, she is better off. And Germany is better off without her. Life quite unworthy of life.
I wanted to look away. I wanted to turn away from the fear, the torment of those poor souls, but I couldn't. I could not take my eyes off of one girl.
Alina, my little sparrow.
She looked so small, so helpless, like a baby bird which had fallen out of its nest.
He watches over the sparrows. He sees her. He knows what you've done. He knows what you've done to all of the sparrows.
She sat on the floor, her knees pulled to her chest, and just before she died, she turned her face upwards and smiled, as if someone were looking down at her, as if she saw someone she knew.